A friend advised me and said what to share on YouTube. And she said, tell your story as a child and some of the crazy things you did. So here it goes. When I was 12 years old, I went to my mom. Growing up in Connecticut, I was 100 miles from New York City and 100 miles from Boston. So I said to my mom, I said, Ma, I want to go to New York City to get a facial at Bloomingdale's at the age of 12. And my mom said, no. So I got it in my mind that I'd go myself. So I ended up boarding a bus and took it to Hartford, boarded a Greyhound, and I had a bunch of cash with me because I used to do soap operas. I was on the Guiding Light in New York City as a young child. So I had money, but what I didn't know how to do was budget. So I ended up, without my parents' permission, driving or taking a bus, a Greyhound. Might have been Peter Pan. I'm not quite sure. It was a long time ago. Going all the way to New York City, got off, went to Bloomingdale's, got a facial, and went shopping for back to school. The one thing I didn't realize was literally budgeting. So I ended up finishing that trip and I went back to Penn Station and I tried to board the train, or not the train, but the bus. And I gave him a ticket and I said, here you go. And I was just like 12 or 13. I was young. And he goes, sir, this was your ticket coming here. This isn't your ticket going back. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I ended up, I had to call my parents collect. And it was a Saturday night. And I'm literally like there going, oh my gosh. But back then they had real humans that answered when you dialed 0 on the payphone. Actually, I think I had to do a rotary and I dialed 0 and I was like, hi, I'd like to place a collect call. This is the number. And it's in Connecticut. And they said, well, what's your name? And she said, I said, Dennis. And she goes, okay. So she sounded like this. She had like a noisy accent and she goes, hi, this is the New York operator with the person-to-person collect call from Dennis. Will you accept the charges? And all of a sudden I heard my parents go, New York? They had no clue I was in New York City. So they had to wire the money. And my parents picked me up at the bus station, which happened to be the train station in Hartford. And it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I had all these bags because I had gone shopping for back to school. I bought my shirts, my sweaters, my pants, everything. And my dad just looks at me and he's there like, son, what did you do? And I'm like, I went to New York City and I got a facial. Oh, heavens. And that car ride home was probably one of the quietest, but at least I had a wardrobe to go to school. So this is one of many stories I want to share with you on YouTube that are going to be exclusive. This is not going to be shared on Instagram, which is my primary platform. This is only going to be shared on YouTube. So I invite you to click subscribe, share this with your friends on social media, and sit back and relax and enjoy a fun journey as I share some of my childhood experiences with you, like taking the bus 100 miles from Connecticut all the way to New York City when you're only 12 or 13 years old. So I challenge you to hit subscribe and share this with your friends. Stay tuned.